Good morning, this is Barry with HotStocks NYC. This is the stock market section as opposed to the low price section. I'm going to see if it takes, we can put them both together depending on how long it takes. Barbara, my star pupil, made money every single day this week, has made money for the last 2 months every single day. I train her. In fact, I was teaching her on Friday that she should now, when she trades the TQQ, if she thinks it's good enough to sell and get out, she should reverse. In other words, so what does reverse mean? If you're long 100, you sell 200, so now you're short 100. Now, when I learned to be a trader, there was a firm that taught you if you sold, you had to buy. If you bought, if you were short, you covered your short, you had to go long. They forced you to do the opposite. Many and many of you, including me, need additional training. We need to learn to get better. I noticed many of you. I'll give you an example. Well, Barbara is really, really improving, and she's a sponge. She just wants education. I spend maybe 40 minutes with her every night, and she's become one awesome trader, and she's got room to go, and so do I. Now, Randy called me up and said, what do I do with PRTT? I said, well, tell me what PRTT does. He says, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He said, well, I just bought it because you like it. I said, that's not a reason. Kramer tells you to spend 1 hour on every stock every night. Well, you didn't spend 5 minutes. You don't even know what it does. Then I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to call me and talk to me because I'm just not going to tell you. Now, on Friday, I would try. It was this particular stock I was teaching you how to see when it was being shorted, when it looked good, when it looked bad. I said, write it down, like the quote, let's say you pick a number, 310 to 322. Write it down, and we'll go over it each time. Then it was 308 to 315. We'll write it down, and I'll explain to you. I'll teach you how to begin to learn to read the tape and how to learn shorting. I'm sure not one of you is going to do that because that would take a little bit of work. Frankly, most of you just want me to give you a stock, and you're not interested in really learning anything. I mean, I told you on the Friday after the close, someone took a 9% stake in Run, RUN. I didn't buy much, bought it. It's a solar stock, and I don't think it's a big mover. I don't think I had much to lose. They took a 9% stake. But then I saw Roth Capital came out about 4:45 and said they're going to do a conference on Friday, and I'm sorry, on Tuesday, and it's going to be on the 20th at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be on solar stock. So I looked through the solars and I said ENPH I thought was the best one, and I bought it. But I wanted to be paired. So I sold the TQQ, which, by the way, got smashed. And like 2.5, 3 points after the close. So I have a pair on. And I was also looking through my work, and I see SunPower, SPWR, breaks out at 18.25, looks pretty good. And in Barron's, they're recommending eBay. And they also talk about the possibility of the tremendous savings of an Exxon-Chevron merger. They didn't say they were talking it. They were just giving the numbers that said it would really make a lot of sense. They did say their favorite Chinese stock was BEKE, and they were talking about how the Chinese stocks had a chance of reviving. This week we made 121 points without trading Tesla, without trading Amazon. 121 points on 100 shares. That is phenomenal. It was an unbelievable. I'm not even including Lazy. I did not include Lazy. Lazy was a fantastic call. Speaking of Lazy, Jimmy Devlin, who I brought into the business right out of college, gave us BBRG, which made 2 points, got taken over. His timing wasn't always good. He gave us parts. I had to wait a year and a half. Went down to $1. We'd losing money, then it ran to 15. He gave me ERI at 3.5, which Andy Ross said it was going to go bankrupt. Well, I guess it's not going bankrupt because they have a $100 figure on it. Jimmy thinks that's going to be a $250 stock. Actually, he thinks that they're going to take a win's going to drop down to 30. He's been bearish on Win since it's 200. They're going to buy Win in a year and a half. They're going to spin off the Win European, the Macau division, and that's what he thinks. And he gave us Lazy. He's got some unbelievable. And he gave me GV. Now GV is an interesting story. Florida Power announced on Friday they're going to try to start a pilot program to put the light poles underneath the ground. Well, obviously GV does it for them. That's their largest client. GV's been in business a long, long time. So the stock ran, and Florida Power ran. It's NEE, which you knew I was talking about for the last 8 days. I kept saying on the chat, When's the splitting? What date? What date? What date? Well, guess what? Splits Monday with 7 points on Friday. I am long and strong. NEE, the best utility in the world, without a doubt. They're buying up all the land in Florida they can buy, putting up solar farms. Nancy, Eddie splits. What do I think? I like to dream. I don't remember if it's a 4-for-1 or 5-for-1. If it's 5-for-1, I like to dream that it's going to be 64 the square root, and I would sell it at 320. That would give me about 13 points. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. But I am long it. And speaking of that, I have a no best bet. Stock's around 200. I think it's coming out with the earnings on the 28th in 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it's going to have a 10 o'clock conference call. The company's doing fantastically well. I think earnings are going to blow out. The options, they have options, obviously. I don't know if it's weekly or monthly. You're going to have to check. If you would play, I only give you one option play in 20 years, 25 years, and that was Dell. Of course, I was right. Now I'm going to give you an option play on this stock. And I'm just going to tell you, if you're interested, you're going to call me and I'm going to give it to you. Let's see how many people are interested. Merck, they gave a target of 205. I played it for strike, then I got out of it because it was at 180.02. I said, well, it's not going anywhere. It's stuck at 180. The most that could happen, in my opinion, is it go down. Well, it went down 20 cents. But we would, if we're bullish on the market and the fear index did close down after the close, so I would think the market would kind of like the fact that it's probably going to go up Monday at this point. And Merck and Caterpillar will be two Dow stocks I would play. JB Hunt got smashed. If it gets smashed on Monday, there is a gap way lower, but I don't think it's going to get there. And another stock that's very depressed is Paul, PLL. Now that one at 27 would be 1/2 of 54. That's a very technically juicy number. It's around 30. I don't know that it's going to 27. It may only go to 29. But PLL has been coming down for a long time. It's a stock to put on your work. Stock I'm looking possibly to short is BYD, or what Yellow David. That one is getting extended. It's been up 2 days in a row, and I think it's very interesting. On this GV, by the way, the company is meeting on the 2nd of November for their annual meeting. The husband died. The wife wants to sell the company. The boys, they would like to keep the company. I would imagine there will be some compromise. Maybe the activists will force the company or persuade the company to give a 60-cent dividend, which would make it worth $8 or $9, or maybe it gets taken over. So I don't know which one's going to happen. I just know that I'm on GV, lazy. Well, I'll put lazy in the other section. Okay, remember from all this that Barry brought them down, by the way. Barry bought VVPR because it did a secondary at 8.5. I said, well, it was 870. What do I got to lose? I ran it to 1010, sold it, came down to 878 or 880, ran up to 905. Barry sold it. And the answer is I buy them down, as you know, and I buy them up. So one, you need to know what company you're in and what the company has. There are some of my favorite stocks that many of you do. You're relying on me. When it goes down, you say, oh, it's not working, Barry's wrong. No, you have to do homework. You have to understand the company. And you have to either call me and have me explain it to you, or you have to read about the company. Kramer says you have to do an hour homework. How many of you really understand some of these stocks, these low-price stocks, and understand what's so special about them? Why sometimes they act poorly? What's the risk? You need to do more homework. And frankly, I'm there for you, and you know I've been there for you. But it's only the same people that call. We don't have new people calling. Most of you just figure, well, I'll just take his best tip. Well, my best tip is the $200 stock. You want it, you have to come and get it. You have to call me 561-400-8608. This is Barry of HotStocks. Barry is predominantly a bull when the market's bullish. He does many pairs. He's right now short the TQQ along with some solar stocks. He buys NNN. Why did I buy NNN? Well, first of all, I love the company. Second of all, I understand it gets in Florida. But third of all, you saw Apple run after a split. You saw Tesla go crazy after a split. I don't think NEE is anywhere near the two of them in going crazy. But I got to imagine it's going to work. I'm going to try. I'm going to do something until it doesn't work. So I'm going to be buying, and I already bought it. Now I have my other $200 stock, which I'm suggesting for options. Well, I'm open after 10:15 today for phone calls. You can call me, and I will be glad to give you that $200 stock. And if you don't call, you don't get it. This is Barry, 561-400-8608. Stay tuned.